Testing, testing. Hey, Smash, welcome. Good to see you. Strategy member. Sorry, strategy member. Smash got here first. She's quick on the draw. I guess you're not a true super fan, strategy. You're not a true super fan. Sorry. I'm on my laptop. I'm actually working on this project that I'm desperately mecha kind. Thank you for coming in right off the bat. Don't be sorry, Smash. Never be sorry for being punctual. Never. Never. But I do hope everybody's doing well. And I do apologize. I'm doing this on my laptop upstairs. I'm not in my office downstairs with my whole setup. Because this is just going to be a quick, we're just going to cover it. I'm not used, yeah, me neither. I'm not used to being punctual. Let me just get a picture or something here for the bottom right, but I don't know if I want to do this to you guys. Let me just do one of these here. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Just yeah, perfect. Use this. It's fine. Is that the guy's job to stand at the doorway? Yep, that's his job. That's why he did all that training. That's why he's, he took all those oaths that Donald Trump doesn't want him to listen to. Yep, that's why. Got it. This is my life now. That's what he says. My life now. I just stand here and guard this fascist. Here, this picture will get this picture will at least fool one person. This will be funny. But yeah, so sorry folks, no camera. I'm gonna get something here. And yeah, we're just gonna kind of chill here for a minute. It's a very chill stream today. This is the only topic. So feel free to, do other stuff while you're doing this. No pressure. Okay, I'm a VTuber now. I don't know if you know that, but yep, VTuber here. I'm actually a cute 16-year-old teenager, and I make lots of sexual references and things like that, I got a new icon. Yeah, I'm cute. Aren't I cute? Yeah, this is me in real life. VTuber. Just trying to start my career. We're going to do a subathon, and I'm going to play Minecraft for 16 hours, and we're going to watch memes, and I'm going to be way more successful than anything I've ever actually done in politics, playing Minecraft as a cartoon teenager. Do you think the list is going to look? I bet. I mean, look, Mecha Kind. I don't know what it's going to look like. You know, I don't know what it's going to look like when it comes out. Yeah, VFro. That's what I assume. That's what I assume is going on. But back to Mecha Kind's question there about the Epstein list. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's not going to be what we want, right? It's going to be catered towards the needs of Trump. We already have whistleblowers. Yeah, VFro. Yeah, exactly. Just beats the shit out of him. That's that. I mean, that'd be cathartic. I don't know if that'd be useful. But like I said, we already had whistleblowers coming out and saying, oh, you know, he's having us redact all this. We're you know, we are, you know, we're scrubbing all of Donald Trump from this. And it's just really disgusting. It's an in our face, open to the public cover up. So, you know, who knows? I mean, well, I do know. I can say something with utter confidence. It is not going to give us the information that is there, you know, because we know what was there. Donald Trump is a pedophile. Donald Trump is actually, you know, he was like Jeffrey Epstein's. They were best buds, partners in crime. There's no doubt about it. Let me know if the mic is too loud or breaking or anything. By the way, I can adjust the mic. I just have a stupid corporate, you know, headset on right now, so let me know if the mic is messed up. But yeah, when it comes to the Epstein files, it's probably going to be delayed until who knows when. They're going to delay it as long as possible. Donald Trump loves delaying. And then when the files do come out, it'll be disappointing. After all that wait, they're going to make us wait and wait and wait. And then when it does come out, background music kind of yuck. Okay. You don't like Super Nintendo? Okay. Well, you weren't raised on video games like I was, so you don't. I find this music to be absolutely splendid. But here, let me get something else here. We'll do this one. Chill vibes. Dude, that's too much. I got to be careful. The thing that's great about video game music is that it's not copywritten. You know what I mean? That's the same thing with underground music as well. It's not copywritten. So it makes it really easy to play in the background. I'm sorry, Smash. We're just gonna keep this because it's too much. It's too much to change it. It's just a temporary thing. Sorry about that, Smash. My children were. I don't want to risk getting DMCA'd. I hope you understand, Smash. I don't want to risk getting DMCA'd and having the whole stream shut down and getting a flag, you know. So I can't really play classic rock and stuff, right? I mean, they're so close to Trump pronouncing Ghislaine Maxwell's perfectly without stumbling. He hasn't messed her name up. Epstein name. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's so obvious, you know, the treatment that she's getting. It's everything. It's either, you know, to the Poke Center music. Here, this is what I can do. There is a great playlist of video game town music, cozy RPG town music. Yeah, town themes. Yeah, here we go. These are always great. I love these. I don't know if I love this one. Ironically. There we go. My headphones are, yes, headphones, not earbuds. Can you guys deport Donald Trump back to Germany where his grandparents are from? Whoa, where's my soundboard? I'd be giving you some soundboard sound effects for that one. That's a good one. I mean, the thing is that, you know, Hitler would be ashamed of Donald Trump, you know, because like, I'm not saying that the fascists in Germany were exceptionally smart, but they had more of an idea of what they believed in, you know. They you know, but it's stupid fascism. That's what we're dealing with. You know, fascism for the less intelligently inclined. But yeah, we'll cut the music when obviously when they start talking. Wow, should I buy some viewers on Kick, guys? Is that what I should do? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna pull out the credit card. I'm gonna buy some viewers on Twitch, and then my career will blow up. All the successful guys. I mean, when you're starting out, it's a really smart idea because it doesn't make sense to do what I do and just languish and suffer on the bottom, right? You know, you give yourself a little boost up to the top, and then you don't have to do it once you're successful. Oh no, Smash. No, I have a plan. I have a plan. Just to let you know, if I ever do become popular and the chat becomes filled with a bunch of shrieking idiots, and it's like it's too much trouble just to ban everybody, right? And it's just a constant. It's like Hassan's chat or something. I mean, that's a good problem to have. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a separate chat just for the OGs, and so there'll be two chats on screen. There'll be the Maniac chat, and then there'll be the chat for the adults. Maybe the Adult Swim. Maybe we'll have the pool for the adults. I'll probably have to do it through Discord, though. So like that will suck, right? Where if you can chat in the Twitch, but it'll just be a bunch of raving maniacs. But if you want me to actually read what you're saying, then it'll be in the Discord. But so that's the plan, Smash. If that were to ever happen, one of them good problems, as they say. Marculus, welcome back. I think most of the people in Trump's government has sucked his micro penis for different jobs. Yeah, I mean, the pathetic thing with Donald Trump is that you don't even need to go that far. You give him a little bauble, you give him a little toy, you give him a little praise, and you're good to, I mean, look at Elon Musk. He literally said, "You're in the files," and now he's back in the circle, right? Trump really, really likes it when people that oppose him bend the knee. He likes to collect those people, and we've seen that throughout history. I can't remember what I read that pointed this out, but dictators and tyrants, they actually like people like Elon Musk or JD Vance, right, who talked a lot of shit and then they capitulate. They actually really like those kind of people. Once again, it's just you don't even need to suck his micro penis, right? You just give him a little toy and say you're the greatest guy ever. Who the hell's this guy? He's got the transparent glasses. I'm sorry to the real ones, the cool dudes that wear these glasses, but assholes have ruined these glasses. Okay, I need to say that. When I see people with the transparent glasses, it's like it's a red flag. It doesn't mean I'm immediately like cutting you out, but when I see motherfuckers with the clear transparent frames, I'm like, okay. It's just it's a red flag for me. Because 9 times out of 10, it's a raging asshole or like a totally vain dickhead. Butch lesbian. I mean, I love butch lesbians, so that's fine. No problem there. But I'm talking about, the kind of, assholes, full of themselves. It's usually a vanity thing. But look at me. Look, I'm judging somebody based off what they're wearing, right? I'm just saying it's a red flag. I'm not saying, what the ooh-woo is this? No, this is me. I'm a VTuber now. Markov. I'm a VTuber. We're gonna play some Minecraft here in a minute. I'm gonna start grooming my young audience, and then in like 6 months, There's going to be a massive scandal, and all my dirty little DMs to my 13-year-old audience is going to get leaked, and you know, and then I'll take a break for like a year, and then I'll come back and apologize, and I'll just start the process all over again. I am not kidding. I do have a VTuber program. Let me see if I can get it going here. Oh, I don't have a webcam, so never mind. It's not going to work. Yeah, sorry. Not my lady type, more an adult style. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Oh, senpai. Oh. Oh. Yeah, meow. Other anime noises. Oh, me.
I can't do anime noises. Ah! Wah! People just screaming in terror. No, so that's the plan. Yeah, we're gonna do some Undertale. We're gonna do some Pokemans. We're gonna do some Minecraft. Okay. Maybe what's that new shooter everyone's playing? Ark or something? Ark Raiders. We're gonna play some Ark Raiders, and I'm gonna make a cold $50,000 in 2 hours. I'm gonna make a cold $50,000 in 2 hours, folks. Welcome back, Borderline. No one has tried it yet. Exactly. I'm blazing a new trail. I'm an innovator. Mamdani should scream like that as soon as he...
Oh, senpai. Oh. Oh, Oni-chan. Oh. I love you, Trump Oni-chan.
Just... Trump gets a mysterious boner. I don't know. It was kind of hot. I don't know. He started squeaking and cooing, and I gotta say, it was kind of hot. You know, I thought about it. I'm not saying I'll do it. I'm just saying I thought about it. You know, maybe I'll give Mamdani a second chance if he dresses more like a cute anime girl. We could give that a shot. That's what I'm saying. You know, maybe New York is going to be okay if it's run by a cute anime girl who drives a tank inexplicably, who's the member of an organized military, but also a cute 16-year-old girl. You know, we'll give it a shot. Okay, we'll give it a shot. My favorite political mouth hole. Oh, I am a mouth hole. That's a perfect description of what the fuck I'm doing. Welcome back, Simply Steve. Thanks for your libertarian meme in the Discord. I'm sorry if I insulted you, Simply Steve, but there's few entities on planet Earth that I despise more than libertarians. They really are just, and I'm not saying this is you, Simply Steve, okay, because you're a real one, right? I know they're out there. But once again, going back to my 9 times out of 10, right? 9 times out of 10, when you meet a libertarian, he's basically a fascistic Republican, who believes in gun rights and believes in maybe legalizing drugs, but it's all Republican shit. It's all right-wing fascist shit. Otherwise, I'm just, I honestly, I can't remember the last time I've met a libertarian, like an actual, like I'm a libertarian, calls himself a libertarian, because it's almost always a man, by the way. That isn't a raging fucking hypocrite. You know what I mean? Okay, I don't like this playlist anymore. Let's do something about this. I can see, oh, here we go. This is what I'll do. We'll do some from the Morrowind soundtrack here. Always a good soundtrack to lean on. Good old Morrowind. But yeah, that music was even annoying me. It wouldn't annoy me if I was playing a video game, right? It's perfect video, but I once took a political test and it said I'm a social libertarian, but I think that's bullshit. I mean, there's a pretty big difference there. A social libertarian and a quote unquote generic libertarian. You want to go Daggerfall? All right, go Daggerfall. If there's a relaxing Daggerfall mix, like I don't want the battle music. Let's see if we can find a relaxing Daggerfall mix. Well, there you go. Gotta love the internet. I'm going to be doing once, there will be a phase in my streaming career that I do play video games more, and we will be doing a Daggerfall Unity playthrough. I'm gonna fucking play that game. I will live in the Daggerfall universe. Okay, I must do that. Yeah, I'm a democratic socialist, progressive, right? Whatever you want to call it, right? It's hardcore libs in us, low key want to see where the other side is coming and some issues, willing to compromise on some things. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of a learning curve with Daggerfall, but that's okay. I'm a gamer. I'm actually, for a guy that doesn't stream a lot of video games, I actually am a massive gamer. It just sucks that, the internet is literally filled chock-a-block. I mean, absolutely crammed full. Can't even close the lid of 40-year-old losers, playing video games and talking about video games. You know what I mean? It's like it's literally one of the most unoriginal things I could possibly do. And that sucks because I really, really fucking love video games. I'm sure I could, when I do it, I'm going to be doing it my way. I'm going to be doing it from my unique perspective and all that. But I mean, how many? You know what I mean? I mean, how fucking many are there? Wow, strategy. So you played it. You played it even before, like when it was a buggy mess. Sounds like, because yeah, Daggerfall was. I mean, when it first came out, it was a absolute mess when it came to bugginess. There, a lot of problems. Barely worked. This guy fingering the mics. He's just trying to get his mic on there. Get the tape out. Get Handyman's secret weapon. Get the old duct tape out. Unity is the only fix to it. Yeah, yeah. I love Unity. I think that is so cool. How, you get the full vanilla experience. It's just enhanced. It's stable. It looks prettier, and you can do things like add more trees and life to the outside areas, and do the same to the towns if you want. Like, you can go full vanilla, or you can go kind of enhanced vanilla. Which is just so great. I mean, the fans, right? I mean, it's so cool how video game modders and translators and stuff, like, gamers rule. That's the thing. It's like the gaming community has got a bad rap because there's a lot of bad actors and stuff like that. I've always envisioned myself as being like an ambassador to video games to try and correct that image. What's up? Just a touch for you. Got so many games to get through this Christmas. Cold Fear. Oh, Cold Fears. That's a fun one. That has a very unique mechanic. I believe. Isn't Cold Fear the one where you has a mechanic where you hold on to like the ship as it's like rocking back and forth? Yeah, Dredge. Yeah, I've been wanting to play Dredge. Yep, been wanting to play. That's a cool one. Eldritch. Got the Eldritch thing going on. Disco Elysium, masterpiece. The Council. I've never heard of that. And Chicken Police. I've never heard of those two. Yeah, Cold Fear. It's a short game. You could probably finish it in an afternoon, I believe. But it has a very unique mechanic, and it's cool because like you have to hold on to something while you're also trying to aim. So it's pretty neat. I haven't beaten it myself, but I've played it, I think, for an hour or so. back like on the GameCube or PlayStation 2 or whatever when I bought it back in the day. Yeah. Androplastia exagera, a rare genetic quirk from inbreeding in elite New York retail estate circles. Allegedly got too much stress. Hoarding gold toilets causing selective atrophy down south. You know more about Donald Trump's dick than anyone I've ever met. Makes his dick shrink under pressure, like when he's losing polls or golf games. Subtle jab. Hey, maybe that's why he keeps yelling fake news, compensating for real shrinkage, keeps it political, pokes the ego, but won't get you banned. He just slide deck or just wing it. No, we're gonna have to bust out we need some documentation. Okay, I need charts on Donald Trump's dick size and dick behavior. We're gonna need some charts. We're gonna need some pie charts. Okay. The world wants to know. I think there is a correlation, like, you know, like that psychosexual kind of Freudian kind of stuff, and tyrants and authoritarians, you know, Napoleon, etc., Hitler, right? I think there definitely is a sexual component, right, to that. I mean, because we're human beings, right? So the sexuality is a part of that. And I can't recall the last time I've heard of an authoritarian or a tyrant that has like a normal sex life. You know, that's just a normal dude. He's got a wife, you know, wife and 3 kids, and you know, you look at people like Abraham Lincoln, great guy, not a tyrant, not an authoritarian, and you know, he's got, you know, his wife was a hot mess, but he's not cheating on her. He's not trying to bang kids, you know. And then you got guys like Donald Trump. You got guys like Mao, you know, Hitler with his, what the hell, what was going on there? He's basically, I don't, you know, you could, I'm sure there's like several books specifically about Hitler's sexuality, right? So I think there is a connection there. I think there is something about that. I don't know what it is, right? But I think there is something about that when it comes to these tyrants. There have been studies showing that macho behavior is proven to be more prevalent with people with smaller dick size, even when they aren't aware of it being smaller compared to others. Yeah, I mean, there's the Dunning-Kruger kind of thing going on, right? Must have sucked one ball swinging around. I don't think he had sex. No, I think he's one of those guys that had like a very specific kink of some sort, you know? But, I mean, could you imagine Hitler, you know, like missionary style? Like, I just can't even picture it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I do think there is a connection there. Something going on with the dick. Who knows? It's always got something to do with dicks. Now I'm picturing a penis wearing transparent glasses. Just, you know, with the penis being the nose, right? He's got the penis nose, but the transparent glasses. I'm sorry, folks. I'm so sorry. This is not what you signed up for. I did not sign up for this. I don't want to talk about dicks. I'm in politics. Didn't you know this is politics? Whoa! Where's my soundboard? I need my fucking soundboard. I'm not nearly as funny without my soundboard, okay? This guy, this soldier, I feel so bad for this guy. This guy's been trained on how to, like, kill people. This guy's been trained on how to survive in the wilderness. You know, do you think he's been trained on how to open a fucking door and close a door? It's just, I hate it. I hate it when that happens. When, you know, when the government utilizes the military this way. I signed up for a lot. I didn't read the fine print. What's the topic? Is the title wrong? Did the title not change? Let me double check here. It should say Mamdani versus Trump in the title of the stream. Does it not? Let's find out. Let's find out, folks. Better mute this so it doesn't. Oh, it isn't. But the title didn't update. Well, shit. Okay, hold on. All right, 1 second. It does say so for me. Well, it does. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is the subject, the title of the stream. Thank you. Yep. We're just waiting. We're just waiting and having some yucks. Heard about Hitler's dick and was confused. That's understandable. Okay. Yeah, we're just waiting because he's gonna do the public. Obviously, we're not gonna sign that Epstein thing. Isn't that funny? He didn't do that one in front of the camera. Doesn't sign it, show it off for the camera with the Epstein document release. But no, this one's gonna be very public. Probably gonna do a Zelensky. He's probably gonna do the guy from Africa. Remember that most recent one, the guy from Africa? There's a white genocide happening in your country, and he's like, what? Watch this video. Watch this propaganda video put together by an incel in his basement, promoted by Elon Musk. I'm gonna force you, exalted ruler of Africa or African South Africa? Exalted ruler of Africa, watch this sloppily slapped together propaganda video that's supported by Elon Musk about white genocide. Little Nicky the movie where Hitler wears a maid outfit. Yeah. No, that one's a good depiction of Hitler, where he's like a personal like concierge of Hitler or Satan. Yeah, that's a good one. Trump Epstein. Palsy, years of island orgies and underage flesh turned his. Okay, Mecha Kind. I think you need to write some fan fiction, buddy. I think you have a different passion, because you are thinking about Donald Trump's dick a lot. Okay, like a lot. Okay, I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, I joined the Corps to open doors for evil mofos all day. Hoorah! Hoorah to ashes! We need you, soldier. We need you. Okay, which door do I open? No, we actually need you to go fight in a battle. What? In a battle? No, I just open doors. I wear a fine press suit. I wear clean gloves, and then I open doors. That's what I've been trained to do. Oh. Yeah, no, we need you on the front lines. They're tough guy. Okay. Point me to the door and I'll open it. Just want to give the doorman a beer, tell him he's better than this. Stormy described it very well. Yeah, I agree. Oh, no, like that's. I think her description is 100% accurate of his little PP, because he doesn't have a dick. He has a PP. My son, he's like a 3. He's like almost 3, right? He's got a PP. Donald Trump has a PP. I'm not a fan. Plus, I need to censor a lot of what I actually wanted to say. I think you should write a book, Mecha Kind. I think you should, man. I think you have a lot to say about Donald Trump's penis, and it's very funny. And I think you should write a book, dude. I'm serious. Trump probably asked for a short Marine to look taller. Probably Vfro. I mean, he's the some would say he's a master of that kind of image manipulation, and I wouldn't call him a master, because that would assume like he's practicing and that he's just an idiot savant at that kind of stuff. Yeah, strategy. It's one of Epstein's victims in the chat. But yeah, Vfro, I think you're onto something there. Been proven in many tests that dudes with tiny dongs tend to be assholes. Yeah. Scheduled to meet in 15 minutes. I can't wait. I mean, it's going to be, because like Zelensky and the guy from South Africa, they need something from Trump, right? They're in a disadvantage. And Zelensky, of course, he needs something from Trump, but it's a different kind of vibe. And I'm sorry, Mamdani, not Zelensky, right? But with Mamdani, it's a different kind of vibe, and he's so skilled at dealing with bigoted, ignorant racists and flipping the script on them, killing them with kindness, standing firm on his principles, while also, kind of, I don't know, waxing a little bit. I don't know how to put it right. Heard anything news about Lisa Cook? No, actually, I haven't heard much from the Lisa Cook universe recently, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, he busts out a battle rap. He just starts freestyling. It's so funny they tried to get him on that shit. We watched that rap video on the stream, and it's like positivity rap. Like I was expecting like bling bling gangster shit, and it's literally him just being goofy in an ice cream truck and him being like super duper fucking positive, like I'm the corny ass positivity rap. The one in the ice cream truck. And I was like, they're trying to burn this guy for this. It's like, if anything, it makes him look super duper cool. That's probably why they only talk about it. They show like a screenshot of him with his shirt off, wearing the apron, and then they rap music. Oh, he's rapping. Yeah, Simply Steve. Well, these are reporters, Yeah. I don't know. Journalists shouldn't be happy. If you're a happy journalist, then you're not doing your job, quite frankly. You know what I mean? Yep. Journalists should be cynical. They should be three sheets to the wind. They should be hungover. They should be tired of it. You know what I mean? They should be tired of the lies and tired of the fucking bullshit. Oh, open that door, buddy. There we go. Good job. Now you're gonna close it. Now you're gonna. Yep. Wait. There we go. That's what we trained you for. Nice and slow. Yep. We don't slam the door. Good boy. I did, Sonoma. This is me. I'm a VTuber now. Oni-chan. We're just gonna. Here we go. This is what you're here for. Yep. Yep. What up, G? Here's a short of Mamdani's 5 raps. Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay. If you want to click, that's fine. I'm not gonna do it right now. This is a very chill stream. I'm not gonna do stuff like that this time. But catch me when I'm doing tomorrow when I do a normal stream, and I'll play that. Okay. I'll play the Mamdani thing. What do you think of Marjorie Taylor Greene versus Trump beef? Pretty interesting, I gotta say. I'll happily admit that I did not see that one coming. I'll be typing one-handed from now on. Ugh. Okay, Mecha Kind. Well, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thoughts on Daddy Ryan Grimm? I'm not the biggest fan of Ryan Grimm. Let me just finish my thoughts, though. You guys are asking me questions like I'm a real streamer. What the hell's going on here? But when it comes to MTG, it's pretty clear that she's made the calculation that the Epstein thing is going to ruin Donald Trump. I think she's wrong. She's making the calculation that Epstein is going to ruin Donald Trump, and it's going to be a big blue wave, and MAGA is finished. And I think there's a possibility, sure. But we need to remember, Donald Trump is in office for the next 3 years. He's got 3 whole years to kill the media like MS Now and ABC and CBS. By the time the presidential election is happening, I would be surprised if they're still on air, right? He's going to get them off air. He's gonna modify the election rules heavily. The gerrymandering thing. Of course, that's a big victory for Democrats right now. But this whole idea that MAGA is finished. You got Nick Fuentes out here saying MAGA is finished. MAGA, it's all over. It's all over. America first now. It's all about the fascists. And it's like these people are not very smart. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Nick Fuentes are not smart people. They're making a move, thinking they're smart. But the thing that bothers me is that Donald Trump has 3 whole years. He's got a Supreme Court that says go fucking crazy. As long as it's not the market, you can do whatever the hell you want. Okay. And I thought, so like Marjorie Taylor Greene and the rest of them, they think it's over. I think it's just begun. I think we're in like the like I've said before, the playtime phase is almost over. And once the economy takes that shit, once something actually is once the economy really does that dip, I think we're going to enter into the second phase of the dictatorship, where the dictatorship feels cornered. And what's the only card left when a dictatorship is cornered? Violence. So we're going to be seeing more ICE. We're going to be seeing other departments, other police departments, maybe turned into ICE or given ICE-like permission, right, to hurt people. So we're not even close to being done here, folks. We're not even fucking close to being done. And I think Marjorie Taylor Greene, she thinks it's all over. So she's making that calculation, and we already see Chuck Schumer talking about, we're such an open tent. We're gonna we would even let Marjorie Taylor Greene in, which is like, why don't you just pee your pants, Chuck? Why don't you just pee your pants for everybody? Right? That would be less embarrassing. Yeah, VFRO. Yeah, because what other card are they going to have left? People are going to be marching. People are going to be dying from lack of health care. People are going to be, some people are going to be dying of starvation. They don't want to change. They want to make it worse, right? They want to make it even worse. We saw Donald Trump suing to cut off SNAP. And the only card that they're going to have to play is just like China, just like Russia, just like North Korea, just like Bolsonaro over there, right? What just like Bashir Assad, right? Just like Hamas. Okay. When tyrants and authoritarians run out of cards to play, they always fall back on violence. And we got 3 more years, folks. 3. It doesn't feel like it, right? It feels like 300 lifetimes in this first year. But we got 3 more fucking years of this, and there's not even a guarantee that it's only 3 years. We could be dealing with this right-wing authoritarian fascistic dictatorship well beyond 3 years. Okay. But at the very least, it's going to be the next 3 years. But do we honestly think that this organization, this right-wing organization, is going to respect the presidential elections? I have serious doubts. J.D. Vance has an opportunity to be the fucking king of America. You think he gives a fuck if people say he's unconstitutional or if he's undemocratic? Onushka, I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure about that. To be honest with you, to be 100% honest with you, I'm not 100% in agreement on that. When Donald Trump dies, that it's the end of MAGA. Because look at Stephen Miller, look at J.D. Vance, look at all these young people, these eager young people, 100% ready to take that torch and to continue on, and they also have an incredible amount of power. So, yeah, I don't think. I think things will change, obviously, when Donald Trump dies. Do I think things will automatically get better for democracy? Things will automatically, like the authoritarian dictatorship shit is over with? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. It really does. The timing is really important on that one, though, because right, if Donald Trump dies closer to the election, or something like that, it might be too late. But I'm actually worried about Donald Trump dying in the next 1 to 2 years, which would give J.D. Vance plenty of time to secure his position, and of course, pretend there's an emergency, and we have no choice. We got to do martial law, et cetera, et cetera. I think as a company, the next network taken down by Trump, Twitch, or maybe Kick, or maybe YouTube, it's only a matter of time. Jeff Bezos was right up there at the inauguration. Google was right up there at the inauguration. Zuckerberg was right up there at the inauguration. They'll do what they're told. They'll do what they're told. So it's only a matter of time. You know, MSNBC, CBS, ABC. I mean, he's calling them piggy. He's calling female reporters from Bloomberg. From Bloomberg. Let me tell you, I watched Bloomberg, especially this last week because of the financial ups and downs. Those motherfuckers suck Trump's dick better than Stormy Daniels. Okay, and that's not enough for him. Yeah, he said quiet piggy. So I mean, the amount of hatred and vitriol that Donald Trump has for the media is not going to just stop with him saying quiet piggy. He's going to tell his FCC to remove those licenses. He's going to instruct his oligarch buddies to kill Twitch, to kill YouTube, or, you know, censor it, heavily censor it. Yeah, VFRO, 100%. Absolutely, 100%. False flags, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Any means necessary. That's how the fascist thinks. Now, I want to go back to this other question that I said. Let's see here real quick. On Ryan Grimm. I think when it comes to Ryan Grimm, it's like 50-50. He does some great reporting, and then he does some reporting that's like, what are you taking money from Russia? What do you know, like what's the fucking motivation here? You know, he was very excited about Mamdani's win, but then he you know, he'll kind of capitulate to the status quo thinking in a way. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan. He's not the worst. He's not the absolute worst, but anybody connected to the Hill, anybody connected to that network is sus. And I say that even about Crystal Ball, who's probably the best one on there. But Sagar is sus, Emily is sus, Ryan Grimm is fucking sus. And it's like, what's the motivation here? Right? Welcome back, Lenny. True motherfucker Lenny in this Yo-Yo Master Lenny. Thank you for coming in. Folks that are just coming in, this is a very chill stream. We're covering this one topic, and I'm kind of doing a project. I'm like in the middle of my project right now that I'm desperately trying to finish. But I saw this, I was like, I have to cover this. I you know, drop everything. I have to see this live. Because I was watching an analyst from Bloomberg yesterday who was like, this is going to be a big win for Trump. Trump loves this. He's going to shit all over Mamdani, and it's going to be a big fat win. And this is exactly how I want to end my Friday with Donald Trump, you know, taking a lap around Mamdani. And I think, I don't think Donald Trump is ready for Mamdani, because Mamdani's going to kill him with kindness. Mamdani is sharp. I mean sharp. The guy is at the peak. It's peak Mamdani right now, okay? And I think Donald Trump is going to he's going to try his shit. He's going to try his bullshit. And Mamdani is going to be ready for it. I can't wait. I'm honestly, I'm chomping at the bit to watch this go down. Because, like, once again, like I said, Donald Trump thinks this is going to be like a big fat fucking dub. And he's going to, you know, you're a communist. You're a communist. You're a communist. What is he gonna? He's gonna hand him like a little red book. You know, he's gonna do something foolish, and I'm here for it. I can't wait, because I think Mamdani is ready for it. I can't think of a better person that I would want to go up against Donald Trump. Okay, I've seen him interact with right wingers on the street. I've seen that, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, right? Oh, you're a brown person. You know, I don't trust you. You're gonna do 100 9/11s, and it just rolls right off him. And he just, you know, thank you, brother. You know, it's like, you know, no problem. You don't have to vote for me. I'm gonna govern for everybody in New York, right? It's peak Mamdani versus a declining Trump, and I can't wait for it. I honestly can't wait. Yeah, Anushka, yeah. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen him handle it, you know. Now, Trump is a unique monster, okay? He's a unique kind of monster. Who the fuck's this guy? Look at this guy with his fucking aviators. Hey, man, how about you stick that fucking 100-year-old camera up your boomer ass and shut the fuck up, silver-haired fuck. With your cute little belt of accoutrement. He's got all this shit on him. All you need is a fucking cell phone. He's got, look at this. Would you buy that in 1987? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you tell him where to stand. Slap those fucking aviators off his stupid fucking face. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be making fun of boomers. I love boomers who have their mind right. You know what I mean? They will not let Trump be alone with Mamdani. Some of his dogs will be. Oh yeah, JD Vance is going to be there. You bet. Oh, and it's going to be funny because, like, you know, like I said before, Zelensky and the guy from South Africa, they can't push back on Donald Trump at all. They were not in a position to do that. It would be disadvantageous to do that. Mamdani is in a different position. Now, I'm not saying he can go full, like, you're a fascist, right? We still need Donald Trump. You know, New York definitely needs Donald Trump to cooperate somewhat. But he's in a different strategic position than Zelensky or the guy from South Africa. I should probably know his name. He's only like the king of fucking South Africa. Whatever. JD will try to aggravate him, but fail. Oh yeah, it's gonna be funny too. Bro, take the fucking aviators off. Take the aviators off and shove that ancient fucking antique camera up your fucking... Yeah, no, Corporal, this is me. Like I said, we're going to do some Minecraft streams. We're going to do some Pokemon. I'm going to start grooming my underage audience. It's going to be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun, you know. If you have any siblings that are into video games and VTubers, make sure you send them my way so that they can become fans of a 40-year-old man who speaks through a 16-year-old anime girl. Yeah, no, we're just, you know, this is how we do it. This is how you succeed on Twitch, right? JD, have you ever said thank you to us? Mom, would I thank you for having me? I know, it's you know, the whole, have you even said thank you? Like, he like literally said thank you twice, Zelensky. I'm taking notes. Yeah, Lenny, this is how you do it, man. That's how you do it. It's true. It's true. This is how we succeed in the streaming world. You guys are great. Thank you for coming in. Sorry it's a rather impromptu stream, but I had to cover this. I absolutely had to cover this. Just couldn't. I've been looking forward to this all week, quite frankly. I'm excited. I'm not nervous at all. You know, I'm not. I trust Mamdani. I trust him. I do. I know he's a politician. I don't think he's perfect. I don't think he's fucking genius. He's sharp. He's smart. He's principled. He's strong. He's a fucking man. You know what I mean? He's you know, and I'm not trying to say like toxic, you know, but I'm just saying like he stands on his 2 fucking feet, and he's not going to be pushed around. Oh yeah, I got to animate. Here we go. We'll just got to shake the boobies. There you go. That sexy? Is that hot?
Oh, Oni-chan. Oh, oh, I know you're my big brother, but you're so sexy. Oh, shake, 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 shake.
There you go. Here you go. Keep it in your pants. Yeah, Lenny. Yeah. You know, he's getting some heat recently from the progressives because he, you know, he's not backing Hakeem Jeffries' challenger. He said it didn't even know about him, which is bullshit, which is actually total bullshit. So he's still a politician. Okay, I'm not like, you know, I'm not delusional about that. But he's skilled. Mamdani is skilled. Yeah, with no vocal, I just do the girl voice.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you for the donation, Oni-chan.
I do that for like 8 hours. Yeah, AOC has less excuse because she's capitulated so much already. Obviously, I'm still a fan of AOC. You know, way better. I mean, she needs to take over for Chuck Schumer, no doubt about it. One thing that I will have endless respect for AOC over is her strong stance against Israel. With that said, she's also voted for weapons for Israel a few times, right? So, It's tough. This game is tough. This is a tough fucking game. You don't enter politics and leave squeaky clean. Nobody does. Okay, that's not an excuse to not have principles, of course, but it's a nasty fucking game. This politics shit. I think I agree with borderline feline though, right? Like, put a gun to my head. Who do I think? Who would I prefer as president right now of all the? It would be AOC, and of course it would be Mamdani, but he wasn't born here, right? So, yeah, it'd be AOC, no doubt about it. Yeah. And you know, oh, she's a woman. America doesn't want a woman. Oh, they said that shit about Barack Obama. Okay, and just because Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton failed, it had nothing to do with them being a woman. It had everything to do with them being bad politicians and unlikable. I mean, unfucking likable, dude. Kamala Harris and Hillary, unbearable. Like, I'm leaving the room. Unbearable. Okay? AOC is not unbearable. Okay, not at all. You know what I mean? We have some strong disagreements with AOC, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to be so repulsed that I want to fucking turn off the TV. And that's how it was with Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton. And with Kamala Harris, once again, it had nothing to do with it. I mean, are those factors important? Her being a woman, her being black? Absolutely. But you hear analysts say, oh, it was because of that. And I just totally disagree with that because, you know, like I said, we've seen the success of Mamdani. We've seen the success of Barack Obama. I mean, look at Ilham Omar. Great example. You got a Muslim woman, brown skin Muslim woman, right? You know, you look at characters like Nina Turner, and you're like, oh, well, she was a black woman. There you go. That's why she failed. She failed because she was outspent, that the propaganda machine cranked it up to 11 to destroy her. And she got damn close. She got damn close. They had to crank it up to 11 to defeat Nina Turner. So, like, I'm not saying that, you know, the race and the gender are not factors. How about you take? Oh, of course he puts the fucking glasses on his head. Of course he's one of these. He's still policing the fucking line. Oh yeah, you got the fucking glasses on your head, man. I'm about to smack my fucking computer monitor off the fucking table, dude. Okay, I just need to calm the fuck down. Is what I need to do. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Like, obviously they're factors, the gender, the color, but this whole idea that it's impossible to win because you're a woman, because you're of a person of a different race, I don't believe it. I simply don't believe it. You can it makes it harder, but you can overcome that. And of course, you got to follow the Mamdani template. What's the Mamdani template? You got to be informed. You got to be super informed. You got to know what you're talking about when it comes to your local politics, international politics, you know, geopolitics in terms of, you know, international relations. You got to know your shit. So that's step one of the Mamdani template. Step two, you need to be patriotic. Okay, you need to have love for the state. You need to have love for the country. You need to know how to criticize without denigrating. That's very important. I know it's jingoistic, but it's very important in American politics. And step three, you need to be principled. Okay, you make one speech talking about how Gazans have human rights, and then you vote against them, or you go on Bill Maher. Look at these fucking fools with their little door opening fucking ceremony. God damn it, it's embarrassing. But step three, you got to be principled, right? You got to stand firm on what you believe in, and if you take heat for that, then you take heat, and you got to know how to roll with it. Far too often you see rookie politicians just try to run away from, or not even rookies, but just politicians in general, try to run away from some of the harder things that they believe in. But, well, I want to win. I'm trying to be strategic. No. So that's the Mamdani template. It's how progressives win. It's how people of color win in America. I'm not saying it's easy. But to any pundit that says she lost because, these, my examples, because she's a woman, because she's black, when Kamala Harris, it's like, no, she ran a Hillary 2.0 campaign. And, she put her progressive VP, who was like going viral. People were loving Tim Kaine. They were loving the, Republicans are weird. And she didn't even have the balls to keep that. You can't even call these fucking pedophiles weird, Kamala Harris. You had to calculate around that, Kamala Harris. It's a fucking embarrassing joke. Okay? Kamala Harris lost because she's a bad politician. Okay, the being a woman and being black, obviously that didn't help with certain sections of the population, but she lost because she was just a terrible fucking politician. And Hillary is the same. Yeah, she didn't even mention Gaza. It's just and let me tell you something. Gavin Newsom, it's the same shit. Now, obviously, after 4 years of Trump, I think Chuck Schumer could win the Democratic presidential contest, right? I mean, after that, and that's obviously what the neoliberals are banking on. But Gavin Newsom is not going to deliver change. Gavin Newsom is going to support Israel. He's going to continue to send weapons to Israel. Gavin Newsom, on Ukraine, we might see some strength, maybe, but it might be too late. But I mean, come on. If we haven't learned the lesson by now that neoliberals are not the solution for the future of progressive America, I don't think we ever will. And Gavin Newsom, he's got so many skeletons in the closet. But I don't know. I'm just so sick of these neoliberals, and they're so weak. They just disgust me. They utterly disgust me. Neoliberalism. Yeah, Crockett is Veep. That would be great, and especially if he makes Jasmine Crockett VP, and then he actually lets Jasmine Crockett speak. It would be terrible. I could totally see Gavin Newsom doing exactly what Kamala Harris did, and picking a. I mean, it's not like Tim Kaine is a fucking, is fucking, AOC over here, or even, it's not like Tim Kaine was progressive. He's just calling Republicans weird, and it's too much. Yeah, Onushka, I don't know about that. Jasmine Crockett, she's great, but she's also a team player. She defended Biden when Biden was clearly sundowning in front of everybody. She was defending, but she was going on him. I was watching, right? I watch it very closely. And Jasmine Crockett was defending Biden and all that. So if Gavin were to pick her as VP, and then the consultants said, Jasmine, we want you to tone it down, she'd push back, but she would capitulate. She's a team player. She's no AOC, Jasmine Crockett. I do like her rhetoric. I do like her energy. I like her, she's a spitfire, but also she'll capitulate to the neoliberal status quo as well. Yeah, Hillary was just terrible. Smash. Too conciliatory. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's also a warmonger. I mean, that was my big problem with Hillary, is that she was trying to, outright the right when it came to war. Was this not Texas rules? What are you talking about, Texas rules? A little confused on that. It's so hard to talk to my left friends about Hillary because they still adore her. Yeah, no, look, you can tell when a person doesn't actually pay attention to politics when they start, talking about how she was like, there's a legendary campaign and I'm with her, you can tell immediately that like politics is just a spectator sport, that they peek in on every once in a while when you got people talking positive about Hillary. Because the fact of Hillary is and the Clinton empire, the Clinton dynasty, is that it's been damaging to the left, even to neoliberalism, right? Even to the neoliberal left. Hillary Clinton, the Clinton family, Clintonism, right? The Clinton mindset has been damaging, has hurt right? It was successful in the 90s, and then it's been a failure, right? And if you just watch MSNBC once a month, you wouldn't know that. You know, if you just read a headline once in a while, you really wouldn't pick up on how bad the entire Clintonian empire has been, or even for corporate neoliberalism, right? Didn't help that MAGA genuinely believed Trump was going to release the files. That was so funny, Nate. That was really hilarious. The whole time I was like, you guys know he's in there. And they're just lying to themselves. Oh yeah, Bill Clinton's in there. Oh yeah, Bill Gates. Oh yeah, we're gonna get him. And it's like, yeah, no, they're in there. But the number one guy that's in there is fucking Donald Trump. Okay, like Jeffrey Epstein was looking at Donald Trump and being like, I need to copy some of his techniques here. Yeah, maybe I should own a Miss Teen USA pageant. That's a good way to get a bunch of fresh meat. They haven't been released yet. They will not be revealing when they are released after all the redacting. Yeah, we're not gonna get what we want. We're not gonna get what we want when it comes to the Epstein documents uh, from this pedophile. We're not. What I'm hoping for. We just need an Edward Snowden. We need they're probably going to extra links to make sure that not that one person doesn't have the ability to just leak them all. The people that are redacting these documents, they probably get access to one document. They don't get access to the whole pool of documents. They redact and then they move on to the next document. They're probably doing it very, very carefully to avoid leaks. But I'm kind of hoping that some hero, some patriot, an Edward Snowden type, says I'm not gonna do this for a pedophile. That's our that would change everything, right? But I don't know, man. It really is shocking to me that the amount of people, because we're not just talking about hundreds of people, we're talking about thousands of people actively covering up a pedophile ring. And we're not, and no, Megyn Kelly, we're not just talking about 15-year-olds. We're talking about 13-year-olds, okay, and even younger. I bet you it goes even younger. Epstein thought Donald Trump was a monster. But that tells me that Donald Trump wanted to go farther. Like, what if we got a kid that was under 10? Ugh, right? Hold on, let me turn this down a bit. It's a bit loud. There. Yeah, this music really makes me want to play some Morrowind, Daggerfall, Skyrim. Amazing. Yeah, Texas Sand. Cunty Clementine. That's a fucking name. I like that name. Ribbons, welcome back. I'm curious about this Texas ruling thing because from Texas, never heard of it. That's good news. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ribbons. Yeah, I did my hair. I could go off. I've done this joke like 4 times now. It's okay. Thank you, Ribbons, for coming back. Yeah, Corporal Fly. I mean, I don't expect good things from Bethesda anymore. Like the people that made Bethesda great aren't there anymore. You know what I mean? So just let's just enjoy what we have and just leave it at that, right? Does anyone really think Fallout 5 is going to be worth a damn? You know what I mean? Does anyone really think that, Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever, it's going to be microtransactions, it's going to be, I mean, look at what Nintendo is doing to Metroid Prime. Look at what they're fucking doing. The suits have taken over, and they don't know art. All they know is profit, and they don't care. They don't care. I mean, could you imagine the suits with Citizen Kane? what they would do to it. This is too depressing. This is too depressing. Could we have a multiracial teenager to kind of act as the, as the voice of the audience, and maybe she could look at the camera and kind of explain where the story is at right now? Yeah, no. So, I mean, when it comes to Bethesda, I'm just like, it's like Blizzard, It's like I don't expect good things from Blizzard anymore. I just don't. And that's sad. I mean, because like there was a time when Blizzard was, and I'm sorry to use this term because I'm a 40-year-old man. There was a time when Blizzard was the fucking GOAT. And they could not miss. Okay? And then the suits come in, and then they just fucking ruin everything. Yeah, Dishonored, great game. Yeah, no, and Dishonored, that's a great example of kind of a later game, right? Doing well. Is Dishonored owned by Bethesda? I thought that was a different studio. Great game though. Yeah, Ribbons. And the thing is though, is like, is this actually making them profit, right? Because it hurts their brand. You know what I mean? It's like it as long as we keep buying the slop, they're gonna keep slopping it up. You know what I mean? We got to stop buying the fucking slop. And then you got cases like Disco Elysium, where a bunch of geniuses make a masterpiece, and then the suits come in and like literally ruin it. We could have had a Disco Elysium 2. We could have just kept that ball rolling. And nope. Gotta ruin it. We gotta ruin it. Gotta lock it down and modify it and change it and repackage it. And it's just, Okay. Looks like we're about to get some shit happening here, folks. Arcane Studios developed Dishonored, Bethesda published it. Well, that would explain why it's way better. They do. Simply Steve, I don't, there has to be an end to, there has, people got sick of bell bottoms, people got sick of disco, people got sick of hair metal, people got sick of gangster rap. They do, Borderline. Look at what they did. You have to look at what Nintendo is doing to Metroid Prime. It is a perfect encapsulation of everything that is wrong with when the suits take over. I don't. Simply Steve. Okay, I mean, if Disco Elysium, if the sequel to Disco Elysium, whatever form that takes, is as brilliant. Oh, here's a better example than Disco Elysium: Subnautica 2. Right, that's an even better example. But back to Disco Elysium. If the sequel to Disco Elysium is as brilliant as the original, I will be honestly shocked and surprised. Yeah, I mean, Borderline Feline, that's to me that's a nightmare, because you do not recreate, you do not get a whole new team of fresh people and then you do Disco Elysium but better. Only the original team could make Disco Elysium 2 as amazing, as the original was. And then you got Subnautica 2, which is just, I mean, someone needs to go to fucking jail. You know what I mean? I mean, Subnautica is a masterpiece. Not only in its like setting, but just the gameplay loop, the atmosphere. And here come the suits. Now we don't even know. It's like AI. They might make the whole fucking thing with AI now. You got the guy running the show. He's a complete prick. Someone needs to go to fucking jail, okay? Because like if you've either played Subnautica and you know what I'm talking about, or you need to stop what you're doing right now and go play Subnautica. GTA is a whole different thing, right? Yeah, that's a different thing. Because I mean, I have all the confidence in the world that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be pretty fucking amazing. I mean, that trailer blew my mind. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. That scene of the beach and just all the different animations and the interactions, and I mean maybe it's bullshit, right? Maybe it's all doctored up and the real game won't look like that. Because they did that with Cyberpunk, right? Cyberpunk is still great, but it's not what they promised. It's not that dream that they promised us, Cyberpunk, right? But Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to make a shitload of money. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, union busting. Yeah. Trailhead, this is what are you talking about? Where am I? I'm right here.
Oh, Oni-chan! Oni-chan Trailhead! Oh, donate $10, Oni-chan! Please donate $10! Please? Oh.
Yeah, Borderline. I will 100% play. I'm gonna have to upgrade my computer or buy a PlayStation 5 or something. But I've played. I mean, I used to be like the super duper Grand Theft Auto fan. I remember buying San Andreas midnight. You know, the second you could buy it, right? Waiting in line, buying it, playing it immediately. So I'm definitely gonna play the single player. The multiplayer. I understand why people are into it, but it's not for me. You know what I mean? It's not for me. And I actually really like brutal multiplayer, like survival, like Rust and Daisy and Miscreated and stuff. So I actually totally don't mind like real players coming in and ruining everything. But my problem is the monetization with Grand Theft Auto 5. You know, it's like it just sucks when a bunch of like Richie Riches come in and you know they just kind of they get to fuck with you because like you're now entertainment for the rich. Okay, you're entertainment for the rich in that pay to win scenario of Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's like, you know, I'm you know, the rich already fuck with me. You know, the rich already run my life. I don't really want to, you know, I don't really want to experience that in a virtual setting. Yeah, The Witcher. I mean, okay, that's, you know, CD Projekt Red, I have a lot of respect for still as a studio. Not perfect, obviously, you know. But yeah, I have confidence that the new Witcher is going to be worthy of our time and isn't going to be a microtransaction, you know, focus grouped nightmare, right? I will donate 20 if I can have a JD Vance Labubu. Only if it's the JD Vance from South Park, which is I every time I see him, I laugh so much. He's got his tongue sticking out. Oh my god. The South Park version of JD Vance is perfect. Hey boss. Hey boss. No, that one scene where he goes, "Hey boss, do you want me to get the lube so you could," or what was it? What did he say about? Oh, I just ruined it. Hold on. Anyway, well, he was like, "Do you want me to get the lube so you could like?" I can't even do it. Oh, yeah. Hey, Bolts. Yeah, no, it's the best version of JD Vance. I love how they don't even like. They did their own thing. They're not even making a bunch of couch fucking jokes. I love how South Park sees the couch fucking thing as kind of hack. It's fine. Look, you know, I'm not criticizing anybody making couch fucking jokes, but I like that South Park said, no, we can do better. We can shit on this son of a bitch better than that, right? Than just make him, because they could have very easily just made him like obsessed with fucking couches and stuff, right? You can just go down that line, but I like that they said, no, we can make this guy even more nefarious and even more disgusting. Yeah, Onushka, I had lost a lot of faith, you know, with South Park ignoring Trump in the first term. Well, I'm not really ignoring, but you know, kind of mentioning him, you know, with Garrison and all that, but not really going all out, you know, because it's like, how come you're not turning this guy into Snooky? But the balls. So I was actually pretty Yeah, no, Onushka, 100%. They don't like to talk about it, but they were right wingers. Libertarian, I would say. They're more libertarian, Matt and Trey. You know, but at the same time though, they're not totally up their own ass. Like they basically apologized for their climate change ignorance with the man bear pig follow up with Al Gore, you know, oh, see, I was right. I was right. That was a good episode. Man Bear Pig. The guy denying the existence of Man Bear Pig in the restaurant while Man Bear Pig is mutilating him. Then he gets his fucking head ripped right off in front of his kids. Oh. Yeah. But no, I mean that's why they were like, oh, we don't want to, you know, it's impossible. They said things like it's really hard to satirize, and it's like, no, you guys are just being pussies, and you kind of liked it. You kind of like, well, maybe it's going to work out. Maybe this is the right direction for America. You know, they would never admit that, but it was pretty clear that they were giving him a break. So I'm glad to see them change their mind on that. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's a lot of folks. Oh my God. I think that fucker's from CNN or something, I think. Yeah, them on acid on the Oscars, that was pretty funny. Yeah, the Lord thing was funny. You know, Integrity Farms, I could take it or leave it. Even as a weed guy, you know, I could take it or leave Integrity Farms. It's whatever. Some of the Towley stuff was pretty funny. I actually like Towley. It's funny how Matt and Trey fucking hate Towley, and they've turned him into a jizz rag for Donald Trump. Holy shit. Like, Matt and Trey fucking hate Towley, dude. But the balls. Hold on, I need to look this clip up. Hold on, I gotta find this clip now. Just waiting. Hold on. I'm gonna see this. I want to see this clip now because I want the quote. I want the quote in my head. Hold on. Lube. See if we can get the quote here. No, because he's in the bedroom. Yeah. This is the one. Okay, here we go. So good. Hold on. Hey, Bo.
Hey, Satan!
Oh God! Oh, I can't.
Security.
Whoa! Oh my God! I just want to go. This place is gross.
Would you like me to apply the baby oil to Satan's asshole, boss?
Okay, look, I think there's been a misunderstanding. I'm gonna take a little break here.
Oh, it's so funny. Do you want me to apply the baby oil to Satan's asshole, boss? He's got a little dick. Oh, fuck. Holy fuck, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, Dirty Crackhead. No, this is me now. We're going in a different direction. I've made this joke 5 times now. We're gonna do it a 6th time. We're gonna jump into some Minecraft. We're gonna do some Undertale, some Pokemans, right? You're gonna give me $50,000 in 2 hours, and you know, make sure you get all your brothers and sisters, your little brothers and sisters, to watch because I'm gonna actively start grooming them in my Discord. So look forward to that. That's the direction of the stream. That's where we're going. The sound of tweezers. Yeah, the tweezers thing. He's got the tweezers out. You know what? My criticism, though, what is happening right now? My criticism, I wish South Park would go even harder, to be honest with you. It you know, in some ways, it almost feels like they're still kind of going a little soft on Donald Trump and the rest, right? Because like they showed Caroline Levitt, and you know they just showed her with a big cross, but they didn't really show her to, you know, to be like a mega bitch. You know, the whole was it Kristi Noem? Who was it with the brown nose with the shit on her nose? I was like, you guys can do better than that. Like, these people are fascists. These people are fucking fascists, and they're evil. And it's not just a little brown nosing. It's not just a little shit on their nose. Like, they are shit. You know, they are shit. Yeah, dirty crackhead. Well, it's funny, they want to get canceled, which is great. I love it. I love it. But I think they could even go harder because we're dealing with tyrants. We're dealing with fascist dictators, tyrants, authoritarians. Stephen, I think the depiction of Stephen Miller was pretty good, right? Making him into like Nosferatu, basically. But really, they should make him more racist. Stephen Miller needs to be more racist. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on right now, folks. I have no idea what's going on. Is this the? I don't know what the fuck's going on right now, folks. Oh, that was the camera crew that's going inside the Oval Office. Oh my God, it's ugly. The piss room. It's just everything. It's so ugly. Ugh. Ugh. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my Jesus. Here we go, folks. Okay, hold on. Holy fucking. Oh shit. Here we go, folks. Okay, we're gonna kill the music. Is this it? Just that we had a meeting and that's it? I thought this was gonna be like a confrontation. Oh man, come on.
Thank you very much. We've just had a great meeting, a really good, very productive meeting. We have one thing in common. We want this city of ours that we love to do very well. And I wanted to congratulate the mayor. He really ran an incredible race against a lot of smart people, starting with the early primaries against some very tough people, very smart people. And he beat them easily. And I congratulated him.
He did it. He charmed him.
And we talked about some things in very strong common.
Yeah,
like
he charmed
housing
him.
And getting housing built and food and prices. And the price of oil is coming way down. Anything I do is going to be good for New York. If I can get prices down, it's good for New York. And we've got them down, way down from last year. We have, as you know, I've been saying to a lot of people, Walmart
He's
said
not
that
even going to call him a
Thanksgiving this year is
communist.
exactly 25% less than last year.
He
so
did
that's
it.
good for New York, good for everybody.
He killed him with kindness.
But I just want to congratulate. I think you're going to have hopefully a really great mayor. The better he does, the happier I am. I will say there's no difference in party. There's no difference.
Oh, he
in
totally
anything.
did
We're
it.
going to be helping him to make everybody's dream come true, having a strong and very safe New York. And
he did it.
Congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
Look at this. He didn't even call him a fucking communist or nothing.
I appreciate
want him to succeed.
the meeting with the president, and as he said, it was a productive meeting focused on a place of shared
he fucked
admiration
him
and love,
up.
which is New York City, and the need to deliver affordability to New Yorkers, the 8.5 million people who call our city their home, who are struggling to afford life in the most expensive city in the United States of America.
He did it.
We spoke about rent,
Killed
we
him
spoke
with
about
kindness.
groceries, we spoke about
Didn't
utilities,
even call
we
him a
spoke about
communist.
the different ways in which people are being pushed out, and I appreciated the time with the president. I appreciated the conversation. I look forward to working together to deliver that affordability for New Yorkers.
Thank
Is
you
that
very
it?
much. Any questions, please?
Oh shit! Here we go.
Nelson from the New York Post. I've got a question for you, and then also one for Mayor-elect.
Sure.
For you, you referred to Mr. Mamdani as a communist. Can you describe why you feel that way? And also, will you do anything?
The press is asking him about the communist comments.
Prime Minister Netanyahu if he visits New York.
Well, we didn't discuss your second part of the question, and on your first part, I mean, he's got views that are a little out there, but who knows? I mean, we're going to see what works, or he's going to change also. We all change. I changed a lot. From when I first came to office.
Yeah, I
It's now
bet.
Quite a while ago. It's quite a while. My first term was great. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country. We're doing even better now. We're doing much better now than we did even the first term.
Dirty
And
crackhead, I
can tell
disagree with you.
Some of my views have changed, and we had discussions on some things. I'm not going to discuss what they were, but that
Yeah, Marculus.
I feel very confident that he
It's
can do
over.
a very
That's
good
over.
job. I think
He's
gonna
not
be,
threatening
I
that.
think
No,
he's
that's
gonna
huge.
surprise
It's a
some
huge win for
conservative
Mamdani.
people, actually, and some very liberal people. He won't surprise them because they already like him.
And,
No,
Mr.
he-
Mamdani, it sounds like you had a
Donald Trump likes
discussion,
popular people.
Just days ago, you referred to President Trump as a despot who betrayed the
Oh, here we go.
country.
Okay.
You said you would be his worst nightmare and accused him of having a fascist agenda. Are you planning to retract any of these remarks in order to improve your relationship?
I think both President Trump and I, we are very clear about our positions.
was asked
and
if
our
he
views,
wanted to
and what I
redact
really
any of his
appreciate
previous comments.
about the president is that the meeting that we had focused not on places of disagreement, which there are. many and also focus
Smart.
on the shared purpose that
Smart.
we have in serving New Yorkers.
Oh, okay.
And
Sorry,
frankly, that is
DCH.
something that could transform the lives of the 8.5 million people who are currently struggling under
Smart.
a cost of living crisis, with 1 in 4
That's
living in
good.
poverty. And the meeting came back again and again to what it could look like to lift those New Yorkers out of struggle and start to deliver them a city that they could do more than just struggle to afford.
Oh, he did it. This is a slam
And I've been
fucking
called
dunk
much
from
worse than
Mamdani.
a despot, so it's not that insulting. Maybe I think he'll change his mind after we get to
Trump is
working
not
together.
insulted
Yes,
by
please.
being called a despot. Hilarious.
Good.
I would like to ask you a question about the Middle East regarding
Sure.
you said that Hezbollah in Lebanon is not in a good position, and Lebanon now is the
Press is asking
finest
about the Middle East.
unresolved after Gaza and Syria. Given your assessment, like what do you say for the Lebanese today? It's the independent
Yeah.
state in Lebanon.
This is a slam fucking
The next move to push
dunk
toward
for Mamdani.
the disarmament.
Sure. Well, we are pushing for total disarmament of Hamas and, frankly, everybody else. And we actually have peace in the Middle East. As you know, the King of Saudi Arabia just left yesterday. We had some great meetings, and he's made a contribution toward the United States of more than $1 trillion. We have now
Yep,
over
exactly,
$20
strategy.
trillion
Yep.
coming in. No country has ever had anything like that, not even close. If you go to 2 trillion or 1 trillion, it's a lot. We have 20 or 21 trillion dollars. I think that Hezbollah has been a problem in Lebanon, big problem. We're working with Lebanon. We're working with everybody in the Middle East. That's another thing I think we have in common. We want to see peace in the Middle East, and we actually have now, for the first time, peace in the Middle East after 3,000 years.
Lie.
And now we're
Lie.
going to refine it, and I think you're going to see some very positive things happen.
We all know that's a lie.
By the Lebanese president.
Oh, sure. Oh, I would do that, absolutely. And if the mayor would like to be here for that meeting, because I know he feels very strongly. I think you feel very, very strongly about peace in the Middle East. I think it's,
We desperately want it, and that's something that I shared with the president, that when I spoke to New Yorkers who had voted for the president last November on Hillside Avenue and Fordham Road, I asked them why. I
Lenny,
heard
yeah.
again and again two major reasons. One was that they wanted an end to forever wars. They wanted an end to the taxpayer dollars we had.
This is what
funding
Mamdani is
violations of
best
human
at.
rights, and they wanted
This is
to address
how
the
he
cost of
does
living
it
crisis.
so
And I
well.
appreciated the chance to discuss both of those things.
he said a lot of my voters actually voted for him, and
One in 10.
and I'm okay with that.
Oh my
I'll do that.
God.
I'll sign it. Give it to me. I'll sign it in a minute. That's pretty good.
Mr. President,
Yeah, please.
you threatened to send federal troops to New York City.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Press asking about sending ICE into New York.
City. Mr. Mamdani, you called ICE a rogue government entity. I wonder how you reconcile your differences on both of those issues.
Well, I think we're going to work them out, and I think that if we have known murderers and known drug dealers and some very bad people, you know, we want to get them out. And the mayor wants to have peace. We discussed this at great length, actually, maybe more than anything else. He wants to have a safe New York. Ultimately, a safe New York is going to be a
Right.
great New York. If it's
course,
not
they
safe,
have different
no matter how
definitions
well
of
we
what
do
that
with
means.
pricing and with
Mamdani knows that.
anything else, we can talk about anything you want. If you don't have safe streets, it's not going to be a success. So we're going to work together. We're going to make sure that if there are horrible people there,
This is
we
a
want to get them
fucking
out. I think he
dub.
wants to get them out, maybe more than I do. So we'll work together. We discussed it at great length. Yes, please.
Yeah, two questions, if I may. One for you, Mr. President, from BBC in a second. But first of all, for the mayor-elect. You're both from different parts of the political spectrum. You're both populists, though. And I just wondered to what extent the president's campaign style, his techniques...
Oh, this is a stupid fucking question.
...inspired any part of your campaign?
Well, I actually told the president that, you know, so much of the focus of our campaign has been on the cost of living crisis. And when we asked those New Yorkers who had voted for the president, when we saw an increase in his numbers in New York City, that came back to the same issue: cost of living, cost of living,
I
cost
agree.
of living. And they spoke about the cost of groceries, the cost of rent, the cost
Anushka,
of Con Ed, the cost of childcare.
kind of agree, yeah.
And too often politicians are looking to lecture to New Yorkers what they should care about as opposed to listen. And when we spoke
Thank
to
you,
those
female
voters
unit.
who voted for
Welcome back.
President Trump, we heard them speak about cost of living. We focused on that same cost of living, and that's where I am really looking forward to delivering for New Yorkers in partnership with the
DCH
president
is
on the
coming.
affordability agenda.
What,
And I think we
laser
have to
beam
work a little
focused on
bit. We talked about
affordability.
Con Edison. We have to work a little bit on getting the prices because, you know, we've gotten fuel prices way down,
Lie.
but it hasn't shown up in Con Edison.
Lie.
And we're going to have to talk to them. You know, if we're sending them fuel at a much lower price than it was a year
Trump
ago,
has
which is
been
true,
completely
we have to
manipulated
get Con
by
Edison to
Mamdani.
start lowering the rates.
Absolutely.
if I may,
Look at this.
last week you
Look
told
at
me,
this.
You were pushing ahead with your plans to sue BBC for up to $5 billion. You were going to speak to
MAGA is gonna flip out.
as well.
MAGA is gonna fucking flip.
Well, we get along very well with the Prime Minister. We made a deal with UK.
Oh.
I like him. He's a
They're
fine
gonna hate
person,
this.
and, I think
PBD
they have
is
some
gonna
big energy
hate
problems.
this,
They've
dude.
got windmills all over the place. They're going to have to start
Fucking
using
Fuentes
other
is gonna
methods
hate
because
this.
their energy
Fox
is out of
News isn't
control.
gonna. They're not even gonna
Talking
talk about
in
it.
the UK. It's out of control, and he's got that problem. He's got a big immigration problem, as you know, and he's got a big energy problem. And we talk about it. He's a good man.
Oh,
Prime
they'll cope.
Minister's a good man.
They always cope.
I haven't spoken this week.
Mr. President, have you spoken to President Zelensky, or do you intend to
Who?
speak to President Zelensky about your plan?
Now we're talking about
I've
Ukraine.
spoken with their people. We have a plan. It's horrible what's happening. It's a war that should have never happened. It would have never happened if I was
Lie.
president, and
Lie.
it's a shame. And I thought
Lie.
they should have acted quicker. But it's a cold winter, and a lot of the you talk about utilities, but a lot of the big energy-producing plants have been under attack, to put it mildly, to put it nicely. Yeah, we have a way of getting peace, or we think we have a way of getting
Lie.
peace. He's going to have to approve it.
It's capitulation.
Just so sad. So many people. You know, last month they lost 25,000 soldiers.
Yeah, how many
This
did Russia
is
lose?
something we haven't seen anything
How many
like
did
this
Russia
since
lose,
the
you
Second
fucking
World
idiot?
War. They're averaging 6,000 or 7,000 a week between the two of them, dead soldiers, and it goes on, and I think they're getting reasonably close. But
You're wrong,
it's-
Cunty.
I don't want to predict. I would have said that would have been one of my early ones. I did 8 peace deals. with
Capitulation is
countries,
not peace.
including in India, Pakistan. You could even go. In fact, they're coming
Please.
here in a week or two.
Oh, please.
Go to the Congo and Rwanda. That was 10 million people
Oh,
dead.
please. He's
And
giving
we
himself
worked
credit
something
for
out
the
on that,
fucking
but so many.
Congo.
And the one I thought would have been, for me, because I have a very good relationship with President Putin, I thought that would have been maybe quicker. But it does take 2 to tango. And now you just see all the death. And, you know, it doesn't affect us other than the
Sorry,
fact that we
Cunty.
don't want to see
Sorry.
all those people. That really, it's on the other side of the ocean. It's a war that should have never happened. It did happen. I blame the person also sitting right behind this desk. This is a war that should have never happened, and it
Shut
wouldn't have
up.
happened if I were president. But
Shut
we're
the
trying
fuck
to save
up.
a lot of lives. They're losing
Oh, this
25,
motherfucker cares
think
about
of that,
lives.
25,000
This pedophile
lives
cares
over the
about
last
other
short
people's
period of time.
lives.
That's
I
Ukrainian
don't
and
fucking
Russian,
buy it.
and it's a shame.
What happens if President? I want to ask the mayor-elect about a House resolution just passed overwhelmingly to condemn socialism, including with
Asking about the
Democrats,
condemning of socialism.
all of House Dem leadership and the minority leader, Hakeem Jeffries, despite his endorsement of you. What's your reaction to that?
I have to be honest with you, I focused very little on resolutions. Frankly, I've been focusing on
Socialism.
I understand. I think the focus
Smart.
is on the work at hand. I can tell you I am someone who is a democratic socialist. I've been
Pivots
very open
right
about
back
that.
to affordability.
And I know there might be differences about ideology, but the place of agreement is the work that needs to be done to make New York City affordable. That's what I look forward to.
And I want to
Always.
clarify your answer to Stephen Nelson. He asked about your comment calling the president a fascist, and your answer was, both President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's
gonna
okay.
pivot.
You can just say
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Yes.
It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
Dude,
And Mr. President,
Mamdani has Trump wrapped around his fucking finger.
Yeah.
President Zelensky said today
It's
that
okay. You can call me a
it's not really
fascist. It's
risk either
okay.
Giving up a partner or giving up its dignity. There's been criticism that this deal.
You mean he doesn't like it?
It's unclear. He was sort of
Well,
tenuous.
he'll have to like it, and if he doesn't like it, then, you know, they should just keep fighting, I guess, you know?
The suggestion that you made, though, was that if he doesn't accept it, that the U.S. would pull back its support for Ukraine. Is that
Well, at some
accurate?
point, he's going to have to accept something, you know? He hasn't accepted. You remember right in the Oval Office, not so long ago, I said, you don't have the cards.
Oh my God.
Don't forget, I inherited this war. I would have never, this war never would have happened. I
Third
inherited
time
this
he's
war.
mentioned this lie.
And I thought he should have made a deal a year ago, 2 years ago. The ultimate deal would
It's
have
always
been
about
if it never
Zelensky.
started. That would have
What
been a
about
good deal. That
Putin?
could have been done
What
too if you had
about
the right
fucking
president,
Putin?
but you didn't have the right president.
Mr. President, the cost of living is something that you and Mr. Mamdani seem to agree on.
Right.
Democrats have run New York City for a long time, Mr. Mamdani. Do you see Democrat policy specifically as being a problem? And I'd like that to be a question.
Fox News, this obvious Fox News question.
Look, I think that there are many things in our city where we have to own the responsibility of it, things that existed long before the president was the president. And those are also part of the message of our campaign, was to take on a broken politics of the past. And I ran against a number of candidates who represented different versions of that past. And what we found time and again is that working people were left behind in the politics of our city. And what we're looking to do is put those people right back at the heart of our politics so that we don't have a situation where we're in the wealthiest city in the history of the world, and yet 1 in 5 can't even afford $2.90 for a Metro card.
You know, we had some interesting conversation, and some of his ideas really are the same ideas that I have. But a big thing on cost, you know, the new word is affordability. Another word is just groceries. It's sort of an old-fashioned word, but it's very accurate. And they're coming down.
I can't express how much this is a win for Mamdani.
We had the highest inflation in the history of our country the last 4 years under the Biden administration, and we've got inflation down now to a normal number. It's going to go even a little bit lower than that. Katie, do you have something in it?
President, thank you so much. Mr. Mamdani often talks about New York City being covered by international law, that they will follow international law. Doesn't often talk about the U.S. Constitution. What is your
Interesting borderline feline.
Well, I don't know what you're referring to in terms of it could be covered by international law, local law. It's covered by a lot of laws, but it's covered by U.S. law. Are you referring to anything in particular?
He just says that they're a city that endorses and enforces international law. Is that at odds with?
No, I don't know. Would you want to? Do you want to respond?
Yeah, I think what I've shared with the president is our desire to not only follow the laws of our own city, laws that protect New Yorkers, but also a desire for consistency in our politics across the board. And that's something that we've talked about, and something that I know many New Yorkers.
Completely.
We discussed ICE and New York City, and I spoke about how the laws that we have in New York City allow for New York City government to speak to the federal administration for about 170 serious crimes. The concerns that many New Yorkers have are around the enforcement of immigration laws on New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs, and most recently we're talking about a mother and her 2 children, how this has very little to do with what
Simply
that
Steve,
is.
are they?
What we did is we discussed crime. More than ICE per se, we discussed crime.
Oh,
and
my God.
He doesn't want to see crime, and I don't want to see crime. And I have very little doubt that we're not going to get along on that issue. He wants to, and he said some things that were very interesting as to housing construction, and he wants to see houses go up. He wants to see a lot of houses created, a lot of apartments built, etc.
Holy shit.
We actually,
Holy shit.
people would be shocked.
When's the last
But I
time you've
wanna see
seen
the
Trump
same thing.
this conciliatory?
The anti-Israel protesters.
Jack?
Mr. President, I wanted to know, one of the policies as well that Mayor-elect Mamdani talked a number of times about on the campaign was shifting the tax burden for property taxes from what he called
Talking about raising
minority
taxes on the
communities
rich.
to white-based communities and putting more taxes on white people. I also noticed that
What?
in your acceptance speech,
Mamdani
you
has never
mentioned,
said that.
Didn't mention anything about America or Christians or white people.
Look
in
at him, dude,
general.
they're
And
like
so
bros.
I didn't know if that was one of the policies that you guys had spoken about.
Mamdani didn't say
We focused on
white
affordability.
people
We focused on the
raise
cost of living
taxes
crisis.
on
What I will
white
say is
people.
that I am very much interested in property tax reform, because what we see right now in New York City is a system that is so
clutch.
inequitable that it can't even stand up in court. And the president and I spoke about the importance of not only building more housing, but also making sure that regulation of housing is something that
And look,
is
he doesn't even
manageable
challenge it.
to actually get
Doesn't
through,
even-
and not the cause of yet another wave.
Rolls
that we
right
see in
over
our
him.
city.
Rolls right over him,
Continuing
talks about
this idea
affordability.
of race-based property taxes.
No, to be very clear,
what you said.
no, the use of the term was a description of neighborhoods, not a description of intent.
So you intend to tax the whiter neighborhoods more?
No, we intend to create a fair property tax system because we want a New
Nailed
York
it.
City that is
Nailed
not only
it.
fair and equitable,
Doesn't
but
get
also one that
rattled.
every New Yorker can afford.
Doesn't get fucking rattled. He tried so hard. He tried so hard to say that he was going to tax the whites. He's so good. I mean, I'm getting shivers. I'm fucking.
President Trump, you threatened to cut off federal funding to New York City. What
Here we go.
policies
Talking about federal funding cutoff.
that be
Here we go.
from grocery stores would be something else?
Well, I think if we didn't get along, whether it's cut off or just make it a little bit difficult or not
Female
give
eunuchs,
as
yeah,
much,
these are
we want
write-off.
to see, I use the term, we don't want good money going after bad, and we just, we don't want that to happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
Strategy,
I did
yeah.
say that, you know, subject to what policies are being
There he is.
said.
He's backing off.
We had a meeting today
He's backing
that
the fuck
actually
off.
surprised me. He wants to see no crime. He wants to
Completely,
see
Elaney,
housing being
completely.
built. He wants to see rents coming down, all things that I agree with. Now, we may disagree how we get there. The rent coming down, I think one of the things I really gleaned very much today, he'd like to see him come down, ideally, by building a lot of additional housing.
Listen.
That's the ultimate way. He agrees with that, and so do I. But if I read the
smart to talk about real
newspapers
estate
and the
with
stories,
Donald Trump.
I don't hear that, but I heard him say it today, and I think that's a very positive step. No, I don't expect. I expect to be helping him, not hurting him. A big help.
Nuts.
Because I want New York
Fucking
City to
nuts.
be great. Look, I love New York City. It's where I come from. I spent a lot of years there. Now I'm
This is
right
bonkers.
here.
We're going right to
we took
Fox
a big
News.
setback with
We're
the mayor
going
that
right
we
to
had,
Fox
Dave
News
de
after this.
Blasio. I thought it was a tremendous setback for the city. I think this mayor can do some things that are going to be really great.
Mr. President,
Okay, how about you? Go
Thank you,
ahead,
Mr.
please.
President. You're a billionaire. You have a different address nowadays than you used to, but you used to call New York City home. Would you feel comfortable living in New York City under a Mamdani?
Yes.
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna
would. I really would.
Oh,
Especially
win,
after the meeting.
win,
Absolutely.
fucking
What
win.
makes you comfortable?
Shit.
We agree on a lot more than I would have thought.
That's a fucking win.
I think he's, I want him to do a great job, and we'll help him do a great job. You know, he may have different views,
Dubs.
but in many ways, you know, we were discussing
Big
when Bernie
fat
Sanders was out of the
Ws.
race, I picked up a lot of his votes, and people had no idea because he was strong on not getting ripped off in trade and lots of the things that I've practiced and been very successful on. Tariffs, a lot of things. Bernie Sanders and I agreed on much more than people thought. And when he was put
this
out
is
of the
good.
race, I think quite unfairly,
so
if you want to
good.
know the truth, many of the Bernie Sanders voters voted for me. And I felt very comfortable, frankly, in seeing that and saying that. And, you know, it just turned out to be a statistical truth. But, no, I feel very comfortable. I would feel very, very comfortable being in New York, and I think much more so after the
Massive
meeting. Yes, please.
Dub.
I have a question for you, but a very quick one for
Please.
the mayor. Why did you fly here? Aren't trains greener?
I'll use every form of transit, and I want to make sure that they're all affordable in New York City, and that's why making buses fast and free is a centerpiece of our campaign.
Did you?
There is a bus that
Well,
goes.
but I know, but if he flew, that's a lot quicker too. You know, I mean, he's working.
They're
very
trying to
hard
nail him
for
about the
to be-
private
that's a
jet
long-
shit.
that's
It's
a
going
very-
nowhere.
That's a very long drive. I'll stick up for you. You know, the plane takes you 30 minutes and driving takes you a
And
long
Mr.
time.
President, I was wondering if you could clear
Trump
up
has his
some
back.
confusion around a Washington Post report. There was this explosive report that the Coast Guard is no longer going to characterize swastikas and nooses as hate symbols. DHS called that a lie and fake news. Can you clear up?
I don't know anything about it. When was this written?
I think yesterday.
Well, look, the Coast Guard's an incredible group of people. I know them very well. We just ordered a lot of new Coast Guard
He
cutters.
doesn't know what the fuck is
Beautiful,
going
the
on.
most magnificent ship. They look like yachts with lots of guns on them.
I believe it. He doesn't
So
know what the fuck
I don't
is
know. I
going
haven't
on.
seen
I
any
believe
report
this
like
one.
that, but certainly we want them to remain a great force, and they are.
Mr. President, and you did a piece in all the 9 months
Yes.
around the world. I would like to ask Mr. Mamdani, you've accused the U.S. government of committing genocide in Gaza while President Trump was working on peace. Why that?
I've spoken about the Israeli government committing genocide, and I've spoken about our government funding it. And I shared with the president in our meeting about the concern that many New Yorkers have of wanting their tax dollars to go towards the benefit of New Yorkers and their ability to afford basic dignity. And what we see right now is we're in the 9th consecutive year of more than 100,000 school children being homeless in our city. And there's a desperate need not only for the following of human rights, but also the following through on the promises we've made New Yorkers. And I appreciated the meeting we had and the work that we can
Do
do.
you agree that President Trump didn't do a peace and work
To answer Davies' question real quick, it undermines the right-wing narrative. That's why this is so amazing.
I appreciate all efforts towards peace, and I shared with President Trump that when I spoke to Trump voters on Hillside Avenue, including one of whom was a pharmacist that spoke about how President Trump's father actually went to that pharmacy not too far from Jamaica Estates, that people were tired of seeing our
Mamdani
tax dollars
isn't
fund endless
glazing
wars. And I
Trump.
also believe that
Okay,
we have
he's
to follow
manipulating
through
Trump.
on the international human rights, and I know that still today those are being violated, and that continues to be work that has to be done no matter where we're speaking of.
Mr.
Thank you,
President.
Mr. President. Do you view the mayor-elect as the true leader of the Democrat Party? And do you think Leader Schumer and Leader Jeffries, have to follow his lead?
Well, look, I hope they have great leaders. This is a man that right now I think is focused on New York City. I really think he has a chance to do a great job. We're going to help him, but I really think he has a chance to do a great job. But I'll let you answer that. You consider yourself the leader of the Democrats? I think it's more appropriate for him.
I consider myself the next mayor of New York City, and I keep my horizons firmly on New York City, and I appreciate the meeting with the president, which focused again on the 5 boroughs and whether New Yorkers could afford to live there.
By the way, being the mayor of New York City is a big deal.
Absolutely.
I always said, one of the things I would love to be someday is the mayor of New York City. Being the mayor of New York, and especially now, because I think you're at really a turning point, one way or the other. It could go great, or it can go in a different direction. And I think you really have a chance to make it great.
Yeah.
Love New York City. Mr. Mamdani, does
Dude.
New York City love President Trump?
New York City loves a future that is affordable, and I can tell you that there were more New Yorkers who voted for President Trump in the most recent presidential election because of that focus on cost of living, and I'm looking forward to working together to deliver on that affordability agenda.
I got a lot of votes.
Fucking
one more. Go ahead. 1 or 2 more. Go ahead. I tell you, the
know,
press has eaten this thing up. I've had a lot of meetings with the heads of major countries. Nobody cared. This meeting that you people have gone crazy. Outside you have hundreds of people waiting. This is just a small little group. For some reason, the press has found this to be a very interesting meeting. The biggest people in the world, they come over from countries nobody cares.
We were all expecting you to
they
be
did
an
care
asshole.
about this meeting, and it was a great meeting. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. President, I was going to ask you exactly that. Why do you think there's so much more, so much excitement around this than in some form?
Because I think he's different. All right.
Holy shit.
Different. And that can be in a very positive
Holy
way. But I think
shit.
he's different than, your typical guy runs, wins, becomes mayor maybe, and nothing exciting.
This completely
Because he has a chance
undermines
to really
the
do
entire
something great for
right-wing
New York.
narrative.
New York is at a very critical point. And he does need the help of the federal government to really succeed. And we're going to be helping him. But he's different than, your average candidate. He came out of
Incredible.
nowhere. I said he has a great campaign manager standing over there. He came out of nowhere. Would you start off at 1 or 2?
Lenny.
I watched. I said, who is this guy? He was at 1. Then he was at 3, then he was at 5, then he was at 9.
I'm not warming to Trump.
Then he went up to 17.
Okay.
I said,
I am not
That's
warming
getting a little
to
bit
Trump.
interesting, right? And then all of a sudden he wins a primary that nobody expected he was going to win. It's a great tribute. And it's an amazing thing that he did.
And I'll just add one thing to what the president said. Is one thing I also appreciated is in our meeting to appreciate a portrait of FDR and the incredible work that was done with the New Deal, and also in thinking about what it can look like when the federal government and New York City government work together to deliver on affordability. It can be transformative.
We have a great portrait of FDR that I found in the vaults.
Yeah, Simply
It was
Steve.
missing for
Yes.
years. I found it, and I put it up. He's a Democrat, to the best of my knowledge. He's a Democrat. And when the mayor saw that portrait, he said, "Sir, do you mind if I have a picture taken by that portrait?" It's an amazing portrait. I hope the picture comes out good. But it's an amazing portrait in the cabinet room.
Played.
So he's a big fan
Like
of
a
the New
fiddle,
Deal, I
dude.
guess, and of FDR. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Totally
You said that
played.
You both spoke about crime.
Yeah.
There are many police officers set to come off the rolls at the end of this year in New York City. Are you going to allow those police to be replaced with police officers, actual cops? And are you going to require that happens? Would there be some consequence?
Well, I hope it happens, but again, that's going to be ultimately the mayor's decision.
What's your answer?
Is that I look forward to delivering public safety with the NYPD, and I've said over the course of our campaign that we have the number of police officers today. They are the ones that's budgeted about 35,000 headcount. And I think the key thing is that we have to make it easier for police to focus on police work, not ask them to respond to 200,000 mental health calls a year.
So
is
good.
that a reduction
So
from
good.
what you're at right now? Are you committing to maintaining the same level of cops?
I've committed over the course of the campaign to maintain the 35,000. That's the headcount that we had through the campaign.
And not replace them with caseworkers, social work?
No, I've said that's the headcount that we want. What we need to do is make sure they can focus on serious crime.
Smart.
And he just retained a
Smart.
great police commissioner. I believe, right?
Yes,
If
yes,
the-
we did, Commissioner.
For
if
now.
the newspapers
For
are
now.
correct.
That one
Just-
they're correct about.
He retained, I think, somebody that is she's a good friend of some of the people in my family, of Ivanka, and they say she's really good, really competent, and
He is a
just
toad.
retained her, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, Elaney. Yeah.
There will be topics that we disagree on. I think we'll probably come to a conclusion, and ultimately, he'll convince me, or I'll convince him. You know, it's for the good of New York. Ultimately, it's for the good of New York. I don't care about affiliations or parties or anything else.
yeah.
I want to see
Played.
if this city could
Oh my
be
God.
unbelievable. If he could be a spectacular success, I'd be
Played.
very happy.
Do you think you guys will meet more in the future too?
Excuse me?
Do you think you'll meet again in the future, throughout the administration?
I think we will. Yeah. I think we will. I hope we do. I enjoyed the meeting. We had a great meeting. Please.
Mamdani skibbity bebop all over this
multiple
motherfucker,
times by
dude.
calling Zohran Mamdani a jihadist. Do you think you're standing next to a jihadist right now in the Oval Office?
No, I know, but
Nailed him.
she's out there campaigning, and
Asking if Mamdani is a
you say
jihadist.
things sometimes in a campaign.
Isn't that sort of
She's a very capable person,
isn't
but
that a kind of
you
label?
really have to ask her about that. But I don't particularly. I think I met with I met with a man who's a very rational person. I met with a man who really wants to see New York be great again, and I can say again, because New York was great. You know, when I came down to Washington initially, the city was so hot; it was doing great. We were having some telltale signs of problems. We had a mayor that was not doing a great job, but still, it was moving along, and it went bad. It really went, pretty bad. And I think it's been at lower points, but it went pretty bad. I think he can bring it back. Now the question is, will he bring it back all the way? Will he bring it back greater than ever before, which is, I guarantee, that's his wish. I think he wants to make it greater than ever before. And if he can, we'll be out there cheering. I'll be cheering for him. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody.
No fucking.
Thank you very much.
I literally can't fucking believe that just fucking happened.
Across the 5 boroughs and protecting Jewish New Yorkers and every New Yorker who calls the city home.
Bro, I can't fucking believe that just fucking happened. I literally am speechless. I should be speechless. Okay, let's see what Fox is saying. We gotta go to Fox. I'm dying to see what Fox is saying. Okay, nothing from there. Okay, does anyone have a illegal Fox News stream? I don't really have any good Fox News streams. All right, let's check CNN, I guess. Holy shit. Holy shit.
So Ron Mamdani, we have been watching it for the past number of minutes. It was a pretty wide-ranging conversation where the president...
If anyone has a Fox News stream, I would appreciate that.
To the mayor-elect of New York City, someone who he had previously called a communist and talked about in a certainly relatively derogatory way compared to what we saw today. Mamdani there continuing as he stood next to the president to talk about the message that he's been focused on of affordability for New Yorkers. And even when asked a number of times about different topics, kept bringing it back to that point in a very interesting display of the political skills that we saw land him in this position. So let's get off the sidelines and head into the...
So we got the B team. We got the B team stream on Fox. Wow. I can't fucking believe that just happened. I mean, dude, he had Donald Trump eating out of his hand like a baby deer.
Zohran Mamdani in the Oval Office. We've just had a great meeting, a really good, very productive meeting. We have one thing, a very good job, Trump said.
Wow.
Also, some other highlights. I think he's going to surprise some conservative people, actually, and some very liberal people, POTUS said about Mamdani as well. Some other highlights included in the meeting. How do you reconcile your differences was a question. And then the response, I think we're going to work them out, POTUS said about Mamdani. He wants to have a safe New York. Ultimately,
this is not what his base
New
wanted.
York is going to be
his base
great
wanted
New York.
Fire and brimstone.
Another highlight here, we discussed crime more than ICE per se. POTUS said Trump also says that discussed Increasing
Oh, they give me
housing. I
5
want to
minutes
see the same
for
thing.
free.
Very little doubt that we're not going to get along on that issue, Trump said about housing. Some other
Thank you,
highlights
Davey.
as
joining me now
well.
on set.
POTUS said that
Okay,
he
here
would
we go. We
live
get
in New
a
York
couple
City
minutes of
with
this.
Mamdani.
Thank you, Davey. I appreciate that. So yeah, they give you like 5 minutes free, whatever. Okay. Come on, baby. Come on. Play the fucking thing. Here we go. Okay, we get an hour actually. Preview pass. All right. Thank you, Davey.
I think he's
do
more
appreciate
focused
that.
on the possibilities. And I like that. Let's stay on the possibilities.
Oh, wow.
You know, what can we do? Obviously, the ultimate goal is to make New York better, to make sure it doesn't descend any further.
He's got the
How to get there, obviously, the difference
supporting
is maybe
a
their
democratic
definition of great
socialist.
also
okay?
different. And there were certain things, you know, Trump, if you listen closely, for instance, we're going to help, we want to help. In other words, hey, we'll be there for you as long as you do the right thing. And the right thing will mean not going through with a lot of those campaign promises like a war on corporate America.
What about the raising of taxes?
This is
I mean,
amazing.
I know he can't do it.
If anybody has any good X links, please. But listen, they're going right along with Donald Trump. They're like, oh, okay, conciliatory. Okay, you need to understand. Okay, these people, you know, they'll do exactly what they're told. They watch Donald Trump, and here they are, fucking softening a democratic socialist, right? And talking about working together and whatnot. Now, does that mean ICE isn't going to invade New York? You know, does that mean, you know, that Donald Trump isn't going to cut off the funding and everything? No, he's going to do all that shit still, probably. But this is huge. Okay, this is absolutely huge because it undermines the narrative, which is the most important thing. It undermines the narrative that socialism is communism and you can't work. It's anti-American and it's just impossible. And the rich are going to leave New York. And Donald Trump's like, yeah, I'll move to New York. Yeah, I'd still live in New York. Yeah, I love New York. Are you kidding me? This is amazing.
Senator Gillibrand, Senator Schumer, not a word. Hakeem Jeffries, yeah, I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to sit down with him. Yeah. Oh, I'll give you an endorsement. Now I got to run. Now all of a sudden the president goes, hey, I like this socialist. So he could kind of elevate him and cause more turmoil within the Democratic Party. Do you think that could be his calculus?
That's part of it. That's definitely part of it because he just gave him a lot of credibility. He gave him a lot more credibility. He put him on a level to those folks you're talking about. There's obviously an internal war within the Democratic Party. And the young folks have thrown down the gauntlet. The AOCs of the world.
They are primarying Hakeem Jeffries. They look like with the socialists.
Yeah. So they have thrown down the gauntlet, and there's a changing of the guard, and he just put his weight behind the upstarts.
So FDR, which, by the way, on What Made America Great, I did a great feature on his library, first ever. He brought up FDR. What did he have? Socialist programs, a New Deal. I want you to hear what he did when the FDR name came up, and he said, yeah, that's an example of a president that helped the social safety net, actually formed it. Wow.
Mamdani is so good. He's got Fox News talking about FD fucking R.
In our meeting to appreciate a portrait of FDR and the incredible work that was done with the New Deal and also in thinking about what it can look like when the federal government and New York City government work together to deliver on affordability. It can be transformative.
No,
so here's the deal.
We saw what happened. We saw what happened when the fucking Democrats went up against Trump. He put his little Trump 2028 hats on the desk. They did a little shame photo shoot, you know, in front of them, right? They were making fun of them the whole time. So we've seen that. And Mamdani completely flips the script. You know what this will result in? This will result in the kind of Trumpers, the kind of MAGA folks that voted for Bernie to take a second look. It softens their criticism of the boogeyman of socialism.
We work for it. We achieve it.
No. Attacking Trump does work. Mamdani, he didn't apologize for any of the attacks. He didn't take back anything, right? Attacking Donald Trump works. What this shows is that you can stand on principle, you can stand on your attacks, you can stand on your criticisms, and still yank the chain of the beast.
Rebalance money and make sure that all these social programs, free daycare, free buses,
they can't
the rent. How's that going to work? The math is not going to work.
Well,
Smash.
Picking up on what we're hearing from this meeting today.
No, they can't cope because they would actually be seen as disagreeing with Donald Trump if they were coping and staying on with the narrative that they had yesterday. They have no choice but to pivot. That's how fucking good Mamdani is,
which
dude.
government can't be involved and engaged in.
Right.
That is so fundamentally different. So, yeah, he's got 600...
So why not point it out if you're President Trump? Just not the way he does things?
You don't need to do it on the meeting one, but all of a sudden, how's he going to come up? You get some softball question prior to this meeting. How are you going to come up with the $600 or $700 million to give everybody free bus passes?
Now we're going back.
Well, we'll figure out how to fund that later. How are you going to do the grocery stores? How are you going to take that over? How are you going to push out all the billionaires? All those campaign promises. Donald Trump, I'm telling you, it's a master class in working with people, but Mamdani is the one that set the bar so high, there's no way he can achieve it.
Don't move. I want to go out to Jackie Heinrich, who's asking those great questions.
There's some cope for you.